The HOA is the hero this time. My dad has been the president of our neighborhood HOA for like 8 years now. He takes it super seriously, reads every email, shows up to every meeting, knows every single rule in the handbook. The whole neighborhood loves him because he actually gets stuff done and isn't one of those power-hungry HOA people who yells at you for having your trash can out too long. Last month, this new family moved into the house at the end of our street. They'd only been there maybe 2 weeks. My dad hadn't officially met them yet, but he was planning to stop by with a welcome packet and some cookies my mom made. One Tuesday afternoon around 3 p.m., my dad decided to go for a walk around the community park. It was a nice day. He'd just finished working from home and he wanted to stretch his legs. He was wearing regular jeans and a blue polo shirt. Nothing weird or suspicious, just a normal walk. The park has this loop trail that goes past everyone's backyards and my dad walks it like 3 times a week. He knows everyone. People wave at him. Some folks stop to chat about HOA stuff or neighborhood gossip. That evening, my dad was checking the HOA email account like he does every night. There was a new message from someone he didn't recognize. The subject line said urgent safety concern. He opened it and started reading. This woman who'd just moved in was saying she couldn't make it to the next HOA meeting but had a very serious issue to discuss. She wrote that she'd seen a suspicious person walking around the neighborhood that afternoon who was obviously casing people's houses to rob them. Then she said she'd attached photos as evidence. My dad clicked on the attachments, and there he was. 3 photos of himself walking past her backyard, one of him checking his phone, one of him adjusting his watch, one of him just walking normally on the public trail. She'd literally taken photos of the HOA president and reported him as a criminal. My dad told me he just sat there staring at his computer screen trying not to laugh. Then he read the rest of her email where she was demanding the HOA take immediate action and maybe even call the police. Instead of just emailing her back explaining the situation, my dad decided to have a little fun with it. He replied to her email acting all concerned. He wrote, "Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. I'm very concerned after seeing these photos. This definitely needs to be discussed in person." He suggested they meet at her house to talk about safety strategies and come up with a plan to protect the neighborhood. She emailed back immediately saying yes, that would be wonderful, and suggested Thursday at 2 p.m. My dad agreed. Thursday comes around and my dad gets all dressed up. He puts on nice khakis, a button-down shirt, and grabs his official HOA president binder with all the neighborhood documents. He drives down to her house and parks right in her driveway. When he knocked on the door, he said he could hear her walking up to answer it. She opened the door with this big smile, ready to talk about the dangerous man she'd photographed. Then she saw who was standing there. My dad said her face went through like 5 different emotions in 2 seconds. Confusion, recognition, horror, embarrassment, then just pure shock. Her mouth literally fell open. My dad stuck out his hand all professional and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Marcus, the HOA president. I believe we had a meeting scheduled to discuss the suspicious person you photographed." She just stood there frozen, couldn't even speak. My dad walked right into her living room, sat down on her couch, and opened up his binder. He pulled out the photos she'd emailed him and spread them out on her coffee table. Then he started asking her questions in this super calm, serious voice. "Now, can you walk me through exactly what made you concerned for your safety when you saw this man? What specific behaviors did you observe that made you think he was a threat?" She was stammering, trying to come up with answers. She kept saying stuff like, "Well, he was just walking slowly and looking at houses." My dad would write everything down in his binder like he was taking official notes. He asked her, "Did this person try to open any doors? Did he attempt to enter any yards? Did he interact with anyone in a threatening way?" She had to keep saying no to every question. Then my dad asked the big one. "Ma'am, I need you to be completely honest with me. What exactly about this man made you think he was dangerous?" The room went totally silent. She knew, he knew. They both knew exactly what the answer was, but she obviously wasn't going to say it out loud. After like 30 seconds of awkward silence, my dad closed his binder and stood up. He told her that the man in the photos was him, the president of the HOA, on his normal afternoon walk that he'd been doing for years. He explained that the trail was public property and that he lived in the neighborhood just like she did. Then he handed her a welcome packet and said if she had any real concerns in the future, she should probably meet her neighbors first before calling them criminals. My dad said she just kept apologizing over and over, saying she didn't know, she was just being careful, she was sorry for wasting his time. He told her it was fine, but that racial profiling wasn't going to be tolerated in this neighborhood. Then he left. My dad said he was trying so hard not to laugh the entire drive home. The best part is, she never sent another complaint email ever again. She actually moved out like 6 months later. My dad still walks that trail 3 times a week, and now everyone in the neighborhood knows the story.